Hello all. Thank you and welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Quick look at the forward-looking statement. Please make your purchasing decisions based on publicly available product and services. Thank you for taking time today and joining us to learn about our new exciting features about AI Gateway, how it will going to help you managing your LLMs, MCP servers, and A2A servers. Who we are, I'm Sudhir Kulkarni. I'm a customer success executive within the Success Plan team in Salesforce. I'm also a MuleSoft Ambassador alumni, and I'm joined by Varai Mandi here. So today we're going to talk about AI Gateway, what it offers. We'll look into the 4 key features of AI Gateway: the unified access layer, the intelligent routing, the governance aspects, and the cost modeling. So I'll hand it over to Vara to take you through the key features of AI Gateway. We're going to do a quick demo on the features, and then we're going to give you some handouts for you to go and try out the things. Over to you, Vara.
Thank you, Sudhir. So first of all, I think this is a topic and a feature that we've been long waiting for, and something that's near and dear to my heart, because this is something, as a developer, as an architect, I get to see this. I also get frustrated every day in, day out there. So let's actually start off with a big, bold statement. I think this is reality there. AI is no longer an experiment. It's no longer about an idea that you want to productionalize and build a POC and then productionalize. It's all about AI is already here. And we are seeing this in the agentic revolution as well. And if you just don't have to look at far out for examples, if you just look around this room and this hall, you will see Agentforce plastered across every single layer there. So the reality is AI agents are everywhere, and models are getting in every single day there, right? But again, as developers and as architects, we build these amazing apps that are solving some really, really hard challenges. I think this is what we are also signing up for, and this is also equally frustrating at the same time. This is what chaos really looks like without an AI gateway. And I'll give you a couple of examples, including one that I have seen it time and again. I've experienced that. I've also been frightened by some of which I have experienced as well. So let's just get started. Here's think about all of you guys. I'm sure most of you guys have shipped out AI products. I think one of the most important things that we will see is, let's say take a team of 50 developers, and this is a story that we love to tell even within our own customer zero story, where we're about 50 different developers developing 10 different internal tools. And guess what? Everyone is actually building and using their own LLM, their own set of API keys, and building these amazing experiences there. So there's a big disconnected silos. And the biggest challenge is we don't even know how much of the token usage is being done by a particular set of agentic apps, how much governance that we have. Is there even sensitive data that is getting leaked out if we are actually using the right model, and so on and so forth there. And that is the biggest operational challenge that enterprises and SMBs and businesses everywhere are really, really experiencing there. And guess what? This is something, like I said, is very near and dear to my heart, because this is really solving that operational challenge. How many times have you actually thought about, hey, I built this amazing agent, but can I put it into production? Absolutely yes, but you have your own doubts. And the reason is, agent experiences are amazing, but at the same time also introduces that risk of data breach, that governance, and more importantly, visibility of everything that is handled within the models and everything that comes with it. The other challenge that I also see is me actually trying to say, and we've all experienced this in the cloud era. We've experienced the outage of AWS, outage of Gemini as well in a few days, a couple of months ago. And suddenly the world blew up because your agent is not working. So what was supposed to actually get you a delightful experience is all down there. So, and there's no way how we can actually do a fallback route. And as developers, we've always tried to catch errors at different places, right? And this is exactly what the AI Gateway is aiming to solve. Have a unified access, single endpoint that you can then request access to. Doesn't really matter. You have 50 different models that your enterprise approves. It's still the same endpoint. And as you can see here, the request comes in. So anyone who's developing a new agent, they're going to request access to that Flex Gateway, the endpoint that is actually deployed on Flex Gateway, the AI Gateway. And then it doesn't matter what the SDK is, they just get access. And for the financial services and other ops, apparently, they are now able to actually say, okay, these are the models that we have approved. These are the endpoints that are actually consuming higher number of tokens. And you also have the ability to also do semantic, which I'm going to talk about. So classic example, you probably are using AI agents for different purposes. Take an example of Slackbot. Yes, Slackbot is amazing. You can ask any number of questions. Doesn't really matter what the topic is. But of course, every mileage varies with your prompt and so on and so forth, right? So you really want to make sure that if I'm asking a very simple question like, hey, translate me this email into Spanish, it's probably, you really want that to be a lightweight model that addresses this, versus ask a question, hey, I want to pull out a report of all the top bets that I've been running against and who the competitors are. Give me some snippets and all that stuff. So there will be prompts that will be heavy, that will consume a lot of tokens. There'll also be some things that you really don't want your token usage to go up, and this is exactly what it solves for. So these are the three pillars. As you can think about, this AI gateway is going to solve all three of them. LLMs, it doesn't really matter how many models that you want to host in, as long as it is approved, you absolutely be able to add all in one go. You have a single control plane where you can access and add, and also do fallback routing based on your models and so on and so forth. Agents is where we're all banking on. Again, agents apply policies on top of agents, similar to how you would have applied API policies, such as rate limit. Now you would just take it and extend more and say token rate use limiting aspect there. And then finally MCP, with MCP bridge, you can now, without any rewrite, you can then expose your current APIs as MCP servers and then build on top of that and take it to the next level. So how does this work? Let's do a deep dive here. LLM gateways, as you can see, there's one single control plane where you can actually see this. And Sudhir has got an amazing demo that he's going to show the product in. But this is one place where you can actually control every LLM interaction, meaning you can now see what is happening, how many tokens are getting used, and more importantly, be able to govern what is happening. So you can actually mitigate your risk, make sure that it is scaling up, because it's still one single endpoint, and it also is fail-safe. Doesn't matter if one model goes down and another one comes up. So this is what is called as intelligent routing, where you actually configure all of this, and this is something. And we also have introduced something called semantic. Remember the example that I gave about a prompt asking me to basically translate an email from English to Spanish or vice versa. You can now configure whatever your utterances, based on your utterances, you can actually configure that request go to a very specific model, and any other thing like coding or any other thing actually goes down to another model, and vice versa there. Like I said, unified access, you absolutely have the ability to also actually pass your model, choose your model of choice when you actually get that interaction going around. And more importantly, I know, like I said, my own example, being at Salesforce, we are blessed to have access to a wide variety of sandboxes for our demos. And there was this one instance where I was actually, and these were the initial days apparently, I was testing out a model on Vertex. And I really did not notice, I actually passed a document that was like 25 pages long. And I just said, hey, can you get me a summary of all of this? And guess what? We actually have about a $500 budget for every single month per user. And I immediately get a Slack response, hey, your budget was $500 and you've accounted for $1,500. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done, right? But this is exactly where you can apply policies like token rate limit, so you can absolutely control your costs. Your financial teams are going to have that visibility. They would love this because, and you can also test it as well with respect to which model is taking how many and so on and so forth. And take it away, Sudhir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, as a developer or admin, you are very familiar with our Anypoint account. Once you log in into the platform, you can see we have created a new option called LLM proxies. Here are the three aspects of the LLM proxies: the inbound, the gateway, and the outbound. So inbound is a pathway you will provide for the gateway. So let's take a look at one of the configurations we have already created in there. So inbound, where you will provide the base pathway for your LLM proxy. Gateway, we will going to choose the Flex Gateway where it's already been deployed. And this is where all the magic happens, what I was explaining. The model-based routing, where especially you can define set of routes for different LLM providers. From a consumer standpoint, they will only have one single endpoint they can hit. Underpinning, there will be multiple models which are in use. The request also contain name of the model when you are sending, through which the platform would know which model to call. You can also quickly see in there how to quickly test. You can access the app through any point exchange. You can get a request through which you can access the client ID and secret. Providing that, we will see, we give a sample prompt and see if that works. So let's know what about Salesforce TDX is all about. Let's ask the LLM and see what response we would get. Amazing. Let's test it out. Voila, here you go. So here is, you can see the response, the model the LLM gateway has used. Now hop back onto the LLM proxies, and now we'll see the semantic routing in action. So semantic routing is where you would define a set of topics and utterances that is associated to a specific LLM model. So the LLM gateway, when it receives the prompt, it will decide which model it would want to, based on the route and based on the utterances provided in here. So here you can see we have two simple examples. One is about coding. We have provided some sample utterances in there. You can ask about specific about coding, and second thing, we have a sample around weather. You can also provide the advanced routing options in there, so you can use policies around guard. So if you want specific topic to be stopped from the consumers, you can do that as well. So let's try it out and see. So we have an example in here. You can use the same client ID and secret because it's a single endpoint. We are using it in here. We'll take the sample example prompt in there. So here you can see the example what we have is for the coding one. We want to know what is the version of data view currently is in production. You can see the model responded back with the version of data view currently we have, and then the test results on the platform. So the next thing is about the policies, how we can safeguard. So what I talked about, the key policies in there. So once you route to the API policies, we have created a specific section for LLM policies. You can see these guard policies, which you can accept or reject requests coming. Token-based rate limiting, so to safeguard the bombarding and overuse of tokens in there. Finally, you can also look into the usage. So we have provided a view in there where you can see token-based usage, which you can see the view within daily or monthly view. You can also see the reports by business groups or applications. And here is what example we showed where you can look into prompt tokens, completion tokens, and token totals which are being used. With that, we just wanted to wrap up and quickly give you takeaways for that. The AI Gateway is a single unified access layer where you can see we can get one endpoint underpinning. You can have multiple the LLM providers. The intelligent routing, so we looked into two aspects of the AI Gateway. One is a model-based routing and second one is semantic routing. Simple standardized developer experience, so you get one endpoint you can integrate with. We use OpenAI compatible data formats, so you don't have to worry about data exchange between different LLM providers. And it's a single control plane, so you can manage all your LLM interactions, MCP servers, and agents centrally. With that, we have some additional resources, so please take a quick scan of this QR code. So we have some more short demos and materials which are available at this link. I'll just give a minute for people to quickly take the snapshot of the QR code. Lovely. So feedback is gift. So please do provide us feedback. Here is the QR code for the feedback. This will also help us to improve the content and upcoming sessions. Please take a moment to take a quick snapshot of the QR code. So what are final closing thoughts?
No, I think we're very, very excited about bringing these capabilities. I think it's opening up infinite possibilities, and how we're actually now seeing an era of everyone building agents that are using multi-LLM based apps. And this is going to be I think the beauty lies in being that deeply unified and a single pane of glass across. You can absolutely use the observability tools to get things like drift and hallucination and all that, but I think having everything in one place and with that flex gateway, I think all I wanted you to make sure that it's just one endpoint that you are actually sending all your requests, abstracting all of your LLMs. I think that is the biggest, and and enabling that security policies, making sure that you are sending the right prompt to the right LLM, and all with having that enterprise visibility and taking it to the next level at scale there. I think that is phenomenal.
I think
I'm really
from developer and admin perspective, say it's one single experience, so they don't have to worry about maintaining different keys. So it's single endpoint. It's easy to connect through, either through an app or an application you can access to. I think that's pretty great and commendable.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, feel free to reach out. Like I said, the resources we continue to add. And I think we're all here for you, rooting for your success. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining today. We have our products experts in here. If you have any specific questions, please come back and speak to us. We are happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much, Singh. Thank you.